How to replace the motor in a Portacool 36-inch variable speed evaporative cooler. Portacool has replacement parts for all of its units. Replacement is easy, requiring only a few steps to complete and a few basic tools. You'll need a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver, a 1/2-inch socket, an air ratchet, and wire ties and clippers. Before you begin, lock the wheels to keep the unit from moving while you're working. Unplug the unit and store the cord. Never perform any service on a unit until it's unplugged. Remove the screws across the top of the pad flap. Remove the pad flap and then remove the pads. Remove the center pad first and then work across, removing the pads on the sides last. To gain access to the control box, remove the 2 screws that hold the cover in place. Locate the cord in the control box that goes to the motor. It's the bigger cord. Then locate the quick disconnect. The plug has clips on the side. Push these clips in and the plug will come apart. Follow the wire ties down the fan braces and cut the ties to release the cord. Take the 4 bolts out that hold the arms of the motor and fan assembly in place. Then remove the motor and fan assembly out of the cooler. Remove the snap cover by pressing in the center. Using an air ratchet, remove the 3/4-inch nut that holds the fan blade assembly to the motor. It will be necessary to tap the fan blade assembly to loosen it and remove it from the motor housing. Using a 1/2-inch socket, remove the support arms from the motor housing. Set the old motor aside. Make sure you have the correct replacement motor and then attach the arms to the new motor housing. Line the arms up with the 4 risers on top of the motor. Slide the arms into their position on the motor housing about halfway down and tighten the bolts. Remove the thread protector cap and discard it. Insert the keystock into the fan blade assembly. Slip the fan blade assembly into position on the motor housing. Replace the 3/4-inch nut and tighten it to secure the fan blade assembly to the motor housing. Now you can put the motor and fan assembly back into the unit. The cord should be on the right side of the unit. Slip each arm into its bracket. Insert bolts in all 4 arms. Put a washer and nut on each bolt and hand tighten the bolts. Then, using a socket, tighten each nut down to ensure the 4 blades will turn smoothly. The fan is in alignment when the center mounts are in the center of the motor housing. Plug the cord into the quick connect in the control box. It only plugs in one way, so it can't be plugged in backwards. Make sure the grommet is properly seated to keep water out of the control box. Put the cover back on the control box and secure it with screws. Secure the motor cord with wire ties, starting at the bottom and moving up, to make sure you have enough cord to tie down at the top. Clip the loose ends of the wire ties and discard them. Arrows printed on the pads indicate which end goes up and which end goes to the front of the cooler. Replace the pads, installing the outside pads first and then the center pad last. Then put the pad flap back in place and secure it with screws. Replacement parts are available for all Portacool units, and the process requires a few simple steps. If you have any questions or need assistance, call Portacool Unit Technical Support at 888-COOL-AID, 888-266-5243.